in the headlines of this hour on VTV News. Vietnam's newly registered FDI and total retail sales surge in 10 months. And later on, Vietnam achieves breakthrough in 5G chip research.
Broadcasting from Hanoi, the capital of Vietnam. VTV News starts right now.
Good morning. It is 8 a.m. local time, and you're tuning in for 15 minutes of VTV News. I'm Huynh Trân with the top stories. Now, Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính, who also serves as the head of the National Steering Committee for COVID-19 Prevention and Control, chaired a national hybrid conference on Sunday to review the ongoing efforts to combat the pandemic. The conference was conducted online with participants from all 63 provinces and cities.
Participants in the conference praised Vietnam for its successful response to COVID-19. Vietnam is recognized as one of the most effective and early reopening countries in the region and globally.
In many respects, Vietnam's response to COVID-19 is a model for other countries. First, with very strong capacity for early detection of cases, speedy investigation and response. Second, the very effective combination of border measures and social restrictions.
In his concluding speech at the conference, the Prime Minister highlighted the following key points: Vietnam's success in battling the pandemic, which underscored the nation's spirit and resilience in the face of adversity, the leadership, including the Party Central Committee, the Politburo, the Secretariat, and the Standing Committee of the Secretariat's issuance of numerous important directives and resolutions, the Party General Secretary, other high-ranking officials, and the National Assembly playing a vital role in the country's fight against COVID-19. The government has developed and implemented a vaccine strategy with three critical components: establishing a vaccine fund, engaging in vaccine diplomacy to secure vaccines in a competitive global market, and rolling out a massive vaccination campaign free of charge for the entire population.
We place people's safety at the center of our pandemic response, with communities as strongholds and individuals as frontline soldiers. This utilizes the strength of our political system, the efforts of our people, and the assistance of international friends.
Vietnam, which once faced challenges accessing vaccines, has now emerged as one of the top 5 nations in terms of vaccine coverage. The country has also been among the early reopeners of its economy and has achieved noteworthy outcomes. Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh expressed gratitude for the contributions of the pandemic response forces, citizens, businesses, and international support. He also acknowledged the challenges in pandemic control and emphasized the significance of implementing early prevention measures for future crises.
Industrial production, investment, and consumption have been the key economic factors in October and the first 10 months of this year. However, import-export activities have encountered difficulties, leading to a decrease in total budget revenue. On October 29th, the General Statistics Office and the Ministry of Planning and Investment released the latest economic statistics, and the data showed that industrial production index for the first 10 months period increased by 0.5% compared to the same period last year. The processing and manufacturing industry made the largest contribution to this overall growth. And over the past 10 months, the total newly registered capital, adjustments, share purchases, and capital contributions from foreign investors reached more than $25.7 billion, marking a 14.7% increase compared to the same period last year. Notably, the total retail sales of goods and revenue from consumer services show continuous growth, estimated to be over 5.1 quadrillion Vietnam dong, representing a more than 9% increase from the same period last year. However, the import and export of goods face challenges due to fluctuation in the global market, resulting in a decrease of 9.6% to nearly $558 billion compared to the same period last year. Despite this, there was still a trade surplus of more than $24 billion. The total state budget revenue for the 10-month period is estimated to be nearly 1.4 quadrillion Vietnam dong, which is equivalent to more than 86% of the year's estimate, and a decrease of 9.2% compared to the same period last year. Now, the Vietnam Semiconductor Industry Summit was held on October 29th at the National Innovation Center. Representatives from Intel, Synopsys, Qualcomm, and Cadence participated in the event. Opinions expressed at the conference highlighted Vietnam's potential for developing the semiconductor industry, particularly in relation to the shifting semiconductor chain trend towards Southeast Asia. The corporations affirmed their commitment to sharing experiences, creating training programs, and establishing research centers in Vietnam. Cadence Group announced its support for 20 Vietnamese universities in training semiconductor professionals, and additionally, Samsung, SpaceX, and Intel signed an agreement to establish semiconductor training, research, and development centers at the Hoa Lạc campus of the National Innovation Center. At the Vietnam Innovation 2023 International Exhibition, Viettel Military Industry and Telecommunications Group announced the successful research of Vietnam's first 5G DFE chip line. This chip line belongs to the 5G product ecosystem and is led by engineers, with Viettel owning the complete design. As the most complex component of the 5G ecosystem, this chip line has the capacity to perform 1 trillion calculations per second. And mastering the chip design stages is an important milestone for Vietnam to further engage in the global semiconductor industry, especially considering that commercial 5G chips products are not yet widely available in the global market. Additionally, this achievement serves as a foundation for Viettel to produce chips for various fields, including artificial intelligence, 6G, and the Internet of Things. Welcome back to VTV News. Now, significant progress has been made in nearly 3 years of implementing the National Target Program on Sustainable Poverty Reduction for the period of 2021 to 2025. However, the program is still facing challenges regarding fund disbursement and project delays, particularly in Bắc Cạn Province.
During a meeting with the Inspection Delegation on Poverty Reduction Fund disbursement in Bac Con Province, local leaders identified 2 main reasons for the slow disbursement: excessive directives from different levels and a lack of training for grassroots officials. Currently, the disbursement rate in the province is just over 30%. To address these challenges, the Provincial People's Committee has issued guidance.
We have completed the necessary land and forest procedures for investment preparation. However, there have been changes in the economic and technical standards for the project's funding sources.
The project is set to be used in 2024. Currently, the construction team is actively working to finalize it.
We have advised the Provincial People's Committee to ensure the smooth process of fund disbursement. This includes organizing implementation and providing guidance to support local authorities in achieving the highest disbursement results.
The new funds for poverty reduction have been allocated to provinces across the country since late September. Central directives have been issued to tackle the challenges.
We have provided clear and timely instructions. The funding has been allocated to local authorities, and local projects are already underway.
The disbursement of development investment funds nationwide reached 47% by the end of September. The goal by the end of the year is to achieve a 94.67% disbursement of development investment funds and 88.19% for project funding.
People in Hà Tĩnh province who used to live in a flood-prone area now have new homes. And this innovative approach in Tiền Phong Fishing Village, Đức Thọ District, has proven to be effective, enabling residents to stay safe during the flood season.
This 16,000 house has fulfilled a long-held dream for Hiep's family in Vạn Chai hamlet, Tiền Phong village. The second floor serves as the living space, while the ground floor is for vehicles and livestock. For a family accustomed to living on a small boat, residing in this house brings immense joy to Hiep and other fishing families.
We are thrilled. Previously, without a home, I had to let my child skip school to avoid the floods. Now, my child can attend school regularly.
The houses were built with sturdy materials, standing at a height of nearly 2 meters above the current water level of the La River. The district and communities have also enlisted the help of different organizations and youth teams to quickly assist residents in transit.
With secure infrastructure, people's lives are protected, allowing them to focus on their businesses and economic development.
The unpredictable nature of a water-based life is no longer a concern. Children can now focus on their education without worrying about floods. The transformation in this previously flood-prone region occurred less than a year ago, thanks to the efforts of local authorities and the entire community.
The City Red Cross has established a permanent blood donation point in Ho Chi Minh City, located at 466 Nguyễn Thị Minh Khai, District 3. Now, this initiative aims to provide a convenient access for voluntary blood donors and enhance the quality of blood collection and preservation. The facility will utilize information technology to promote voluntary blood donation and maintain a database of voluntary blood donors. Now, over the past 30 years, the Red Cross has received nearly 200,000 units of blood, accounting for 4/5 of the total blood supply in the city. This significant contribution ensures a sufficient blood supply for emergency situations and patient treatment in the city and neighboring provinces. Many localities have implemented the policy of building and developing Vietnamese culture and people by issuing resolutions and increasing investment in cultural activities. Now, Lai Châu is one of the localities that has achieved positive results in this regard. More in the following story.
Xòe dance, a lively and enduring dance of the Lự people, has been included as part of the extracurricular activities at Bản Hòn Primary and Secondary School in Tam Đường District, Lai Châu Province.
The school has established 3 clubs, including a folk music club, a folk games club, and a traditional costume embroidery club. Additionally, there will be one day each week when children wear traditional costumes to school.
The resolution of the Executive Committee of the Party Committee of Lai Châu Province emphasized the importance of preserving and promoting the traditional cultural identities of the ethnic groups. This task is not only significant for the province itself, but also for people across the country. After 2 years of implementing the resolution, there has been a significant increase in people's awareness of the role of traditional culture.
We should prioritize investment in infrastructure, particularly the road system leading to the community tourism site of Sin Suối Hồ village. This location was honored with the 3rd ASEAN Community Tourism Award at the ASEAN Tourism Forum 2023 in Indonesia.
The key to preserving and promoting culture in Lai Châu lies in changing the community's awareness. The authorities will play a guiding role, while the ethnic community will be responsible for directly implementing preservation or promotion activities.
Now, before we say goodbye, let's take a look at the weather forecast. And that is it for this news bulletin. To rewatch our program, you can download our mobile app VTVgo or check out our YouTube channel VTV4Go. We'll be back again at 3 p.m. for more news updates. Thank you for watching.